Hello, it's a lovely afternoon in Camp Springs. Hello again. I was saying that this is the daddy bird. He never sits on the nest. You see the babies moving. Mama has gone off and they do the changing of the guards every so often. I've observed that Mama goes to get worms or food or whatever, and Daddy sits there, little spindly legs, bless his heart, balancing act on the edge of the nest. And this little cage, well, actually, it's a basket I've hung here like about 3 months ago. And we've had a whole new family. One has already hatched, and they were here between the end of April and early May, middle May. So by the end of May, they had flew off, and they're the babies. It's fascinating. And then this new family moved in just around the beginning of June. So they're about to probably fly off shortly. It's just so amazing looking at these little creatures as they learn to, hold their heads up like babies. Right, they are babies, like human babies, brand new babies. And mom comes and just drops little bits of food in their mouth after, I guess, she regurgitates it. But that's Daddy, and he's so faithful. He comes, he waits, and he sits there until Mama comes back. And it's lovely because this is the way it should be, It should be a both two-family, two-parent household, and the youth should always benefit from that. I hate the ugly dump truck in the back, but anyway, I would love to wait until Mama comes, and then he would leave shortly. They usually do this change of the guards, as I say, several times a day, and sometimes I'm up really early and I stay up and I catch them early in the morning when the sun is shining here, and it's rather lovely. I hope Mama comes soon, but that's Daddy, and he's just there doing, as I said, his duty. Very lovely, the paternal thing. And shortly the mother will return, I'm sure. She just ran off somewhere not too far away. She tends to go over there by the fountain and linger around the bottom there. And over there by the tree, by the mailbox. And there's, lots of trees everywhere around here. So they do their thing. They gather twigs for the nest and a little young tender birds, pardon me, young tender worms that birds like, I suppose. And that's what's happening here in Camp Springs, Maryland. A little bit country, a little bit city, and I love it. I'm going to try to catch the mama bird as she comes forward again. Again, we will be just shutting off and maybe picking back up again as soon as that happens. Good morning. It is just, ooh, she came and she left. I was about to film this. I'll still do it because the babies are still in there. You can see three heads. Today it's 2 days after my initial film showing the mom and the dad doing the change of the guards, as I called it. Um, the mother came and she's gone again. I thought she was going to feed them, but I'll stay and pick up again when she returns. Still waiting for Mama Bird, and the babies are pushing their little heads up and trying to be assertive and do what Mama and Daddy do, I suppose, just be birds. And I hope she comes shortly because I'd love to have you guys see the change of the guards, as I call it, as they change positions. He flies off, she flies in. It's like down an airport. And okay, he's going in, he's doing something, disciplining or whatever, but he's digging a hole. I'm not sure doing what, digging into the nest. And Mama should share shortly. There she is. There we are. See? Mama just came. She's putting food in the baby's mouth. This is so fascinating. And Daddy's there. He's just still being the disciplinarian, I suppose. Maybe they were acting up because he put his beak down in there. And there they are. They are feeding. Both of them are feeding the family. And that's the way it should be. Equal partnership. Mama goes off again. And then he sits there and does his part. Amazing. I love it. Nature is fascinating. And good balance. It's important to have that male-female balance. So all this stuff that they're talking about anything goes, and two daddies and two mummies raising I'm not for that. I'm just really traditional. I didn't realize how much so. When you observe nature, you figure it out. Blessed love, people. I just wanted you to see the change of the guards, and you did. Sorry, my camera was moving around a bit. But, yep, there it is. Nature at its best here in Camp Springs, Maryland. And I don't even charge them rent. They're beautiful. Blessed love to you and your families. Yes, later. His daddy, he's skinnier. Bless his heart, he's got a family to deal with now. He must be working his little tails off, little wings off, flying about, protecting the nest, bringing back food, doing the change of the guards with Mama. And it is a task, but I love it. He's faithful. Mama just left. She's the big fat one. And of course, Daddy is faithful, always there while she's gone doing his share of babysitting. There's one with its head up, and another. There are three of them in there. I believe who was the daddy just flew in and flew out. They do check in every so often, I've observed over the time that I've been observing. This is the second family, as I said, since April. In April to the early part of middle May or so, there was one family, and they delivered three, and they grew and were fed for like maybe 2 3 weeks, and then below and behold, they were trained to fly and flew off like really fast. Life must happen fast for them because they are hatched and nurtured and trained, and they fly off. There you see, they're trying to assert themselves, and they're getting big. These are getting so big that I'm not able to right now go up on the ladder, from way down there where I tend to sit. That's a good drop. It's about 9 feet up. And I did win the last set. They were very tiny, and I was able to go in. They looked like little daffodils. They were so small and cute little fuzzballs. But these are getting to be little birds. I don't want them to fly up at me. Or certainly for Mom or Dad, who sits actually in the little tree just behind. It's a big tree, actually. And observes. So when you think no one's looking, somebody's really on the job. Mama's out now catching worms or whatever mamas do, whatever they bring back. I don't know. She tends to like to go sit in this fountain and then hop around the yard, and gets really antsy when other birds come around. She can sort of fly and fluster herself and assert her domain over my yard. Bless her heart. But that's cool. That's what birds do, and they're being very protective at this point. So shortly, the mother, I think, or the father, one of the two, will return and probably feed these bad boys. They'll be hungry this morning. Talk to you again in a minute. So there's who I believe is Papa Bird. He's not as fat as Mama. Of course, she just had babies, bless her heart. He's gone again. But that's all right. They keep popping in, as I said, which is cool. I love to see that both of them are on the job. One is coming, one is going. I called it the changing of the guards, but sometimes you actually see, as in my first film, 2 days ago, the dad is there and then flies in Mama with bird food or whatever, worms in her mouth, and then Papa flies off and she takes over. And so it goes all day long. It's quite a scene for me to keep up with. There it is. Their beaks are up in the air. They're anxiously awaiting to see three little heads, two really rising up to get whatever the parent has brought for them. I think this is Daddy. Mama is a little fatter, as I said. And so they're getting fed, I guess, simultaneously by both parents, which is great. I think that's where humans should try to interact the way they used to and raise children together, so we don't have single parent households. Yeah, but these little ones are really well fed because I've observed several times a day whenever I happen to hit the front window and check it out. They're being fed. There goes Mama, Papa, I'm not sure which one anymore. But they've just been given a couple of morsels, so I'm sure one will return shortly, one of the two of the parents, and bring them some new stuff, some new food. Look at that. One of them is getting rather big, and I think they're probably getting ready to fly off shortly. There's the mama. There's the mama, I believe, bringing back food. Just like I said, it was just a matter of minutes. And, she's got a job to do, and look at that. Amazing, isn't it? Just putting it directly into their mouth. Hey, you got it good when you got it like that, huh? There they are. They're so hungry. Bless their hearts. And they're getting so big. And I think probably in a couple of days, if I'm lucky, like the last family, I'll be able to witness them fly off one at a time with Mama's guidance. Just amazing and lovely. There's so many birds that hang around here. It's just incredible. I don't know, there's like budgies, the little tiny ones. They tend to come and sit on the pond, and little twigs I have on the pond. And then there's the little bigger ones. They're like these, the red-breasted robins. This is what this one is. And then newly, just starting to see quite a few are the mockingbirds. A friend of mine told me that, I think Michelle Solomon on my Facebook page, told me that those are the ones with the beautiful white markings on their wings. So I'm learning these different species of birds, and of course the excellent, they're the little budgies, the tiny ones. They're very small. They're hanging around the feeder. But there's another one, the beautiful red cardinal, that's lovely, as well as the bluebirds. I think they're blue jays. I'm not quite sure what they are. But now there is who I think is the mama bird. She's fatter for some reason. I believe that's the mama bird. Yeah, you see the difference? She's fatter. The other one was skinnier. That's daddy. Haha. I guess he likes her big women, but she just had babies too. So, yeah. So goes my morning observing nature, and like my late dad, I'm a nature lover and bird watcher particularly. So I'm gonna keep observing them until they learn to fly and fly off. Have a terrific day, you guys, and find life and live it and enjoy it. Blessed love.